Hello everyone and welcome to this new video on the English letters, sounds and phonemes. So what are the English letters? The letters are the graphics of the English sounds. The English has 26 letters and each letter has its own uppercase and the lowercase, and these are the 26 letters that you know, and each letter has its own sounds. And the difference between letters and sounds is that sounds are the phonetic production of these graphic forms. So for example, the letter B has the sound B, the letter D has the sound D, the letter P has the sound P, so on so forth. What we need to know is that there is no one-to-one relation between letters and sounds. What does this mean? It means that not always it's not always the case that a letter has one sound. Sometimes a letter can have more than one sound, or more than one letters with one sound, so on and so forth. So the first thing that we need to know that each letter has its own sounds, but some of the letters can have more than one sound. For example, the letter S, it can be pronounced as se, for example, in cats, or ze in his. So this is an example of a letter which has more than one sound. So the letter S can have the sound se as in cats, or the sound ze as in his. Another example is that we can combine two letters in order to produce new sound. For example, the letter C with the letter H can be pronounced as che, for example, in chin, or ke in character. And this is an example of two letters producing two different sounds in different contexts, like the sound che in chin or the sound ke in character. The third example is that some of the letters can have different sounds in different contexts, and these completely different sounds. For example, the letter O can be pronounced as O, for example, in hot, or we in one. It is the same letter, but it has two different sounds in two different contexts. The letter O as in hot, or we as in one. So this is the difference between the letter and the sound. The letter is the graphic form, and the sound is the phonetic production of that form. Now we move to the phoneme. You know that we have 26 letters, English letters, and out of these 26 letters we can produce 44 unique sounds, and these sounds are called phonemes. Now we need to understand the difference between the phonemes and sounds. So say for example we have the word fan, and this word starts with the sound f. If we change the sound f with another sound, like for example be, we are going to have a new word which is ban. So the difference between the word fan and the word ban is the replacement of the sound f with the sound b. Since we can have new word by changing one sound, these sounds are called phonemes. So the phoneme is the smallest phonetic form that can change the meaning of the word. So the word fan is different from the word pan in one different sound, and these sounds are phonemes because they can change the meaning of the word. Say for example another example, like sit and fit. So the difference between sit and fit is in one sound. We change the sound se with the sound f, so this results in a new word. So the sound se and the sound f are phonemes because they can change the meaning of the word. So simply, the 26 letters within the English language can produce 44 unique sounds. So we have the letter A that can have more than one sound. We have the letter S that can have more than one sound. We have the letter C and H that can produce chair. We can have the letter P and the letter H that can produce the sound F. So these 26 letters can produce different sounds, and once these sounds, changing these sounds can result in different words, and these are called the English phonemes. So the English phoneme is the smallest phonetic form, like F, that can change the meaning of the word. So if, for example, I can change the sound N with the sound T, so instead of saying ban, I can say bat. So the sound N and the sound T are called phonemes because they can change the meaning of the word. Now you say, for example, of course we are going to have new words if we change the one sound instead of the other. Of course not. This is not always the case. Sometimes we can change the sounds within two letters, but we are going to have the same phoneme, and this is what's called the allophones. Some of the phonemes, like the phoneme P, has two different phones. The P can be aspirated, like in the word put. So if you pronounce the word put, and if you put your hand in front of your mouth and you say put, you can feel the explosion coming out of your mouth, and this is called aspirated P sound. We have a lower aspirated P, as in the word stop. So if you pronounce stop, you can feel that there is no explosion coming out of your mouth, and this P here is a lower aspirated P. So these two sounds or phones, the aspirated P and the lower aspirated P, are allophones of the same phoneme, which is P. So why do we call them allophones? We call them allophones because changing one instead of another will not result in a new word. So if you say put with high explosion, or if you say put with low explosion, it will stay the same word, put. And if you say stop with low explosion or stop with aspirated P, it will stay the same word. So changing the P and stop with low aspirated or with aspirated P will not result in a new word. It will stay the same word, stop. So changing one sound instead of another without getting a new word, it means that these two sounds are allophones of the same phoneme. So the aspirated P and the lower aspirated P are refer to the same phoneme P, and replacing one instead of another will not change the word, and therefore these two allophones or these two phones are allophones of the same phoneme. And these are some examples of the phonemes within English. We have two groups of phonemes. We have the consonant phonemes and we have the vowel phonemes, or you can say we have consonant sounds, vowel sounds simply. So these are some examples of the English phonemes. We have the sound B as in bug, D as in dad, F as in fat, so on and so forth. And these are some examples of the English vowels. And we have single vowels or simple vowels, vowel of one sound like a as in and. We have diphthongs, a couple of sounds like a as in made or bay, or we have I like by, and we have O like open, so on, so forth. Next video is going to be on the different types and place of articulation and manner of articulation of the English consonants, as well as the place of articulation or the place on the tongue for the production of the English vowel within the next video. Thank you very much. Please subscribe for my YouTube channel and stay tuned for the next videos. Bye for now.